Hi everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how to crochet these really pretty little bracelets. So these bracelets would make great friendship bracelets or gifts or stocking stuffers and can be made in any size. So for these small bracelets here I used a 2mm crochet hook and nice thin yarn, but in the tutorial I used a bigger crochet hook and thicker yarn as it is easier to see that way. But if you want thin dainty bracelets like this, then use a 2mm crochet hook and thin yarn. So I just quickly wanted to mention that this week I created a Twitter account, and I will have a link to my Twitter in the description box below this video. So if you want to go and follow me on Twitter, you can share with me photos of your crochet work. So thank you very much for watching, and please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more crochet videos. To begin your bracelet, you want to start off by making a slip knot. So to do a slip knot, you want to take your yarn and you want to take your finger and you want to wrap the yarn around your finger once and then twice. Then take the first loop and pull it over the second loop, and then take the second loop and pull it all the way over your finger. You then want to take your crochet hook, go in through this space and pull tight. And there you have a slip knot. So once you have your slip knot, you now want to make your foundation chain. And you can make your foundation chain as long or as short as you like, but your foundation chain must be a multiple of 4. So you must chain a multiple of 4. So I'm going to chain 32. So chain 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to the length that you want. So I have just finished making my foundation chain, which is a multiple of 4. And now we are ready to move on to round 1. So to begin round 1 of our bracelet, you want to chain 3 on top of your foundation chain. So chain 1, 2 and 3 on top of your foundation chain. And now round 1 is a simple round of single crochet. We're going to do 1 single crochet into every single chain along our foundation chain. And we're going to work our first single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So here is the first chain from the hook, and here is the second chain. And into this chain we're going to work our first single crochet. So insert your hook into the second chain from the hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. And now we're going to do a single crochet into the next chain along. So insert your hook into the next chain, pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook, and just continue this all the way along for round 1. 1 single crochet into every single chain. And it may be a little bit tricky if you were using a small crochet hook like I am. So I want my bracelet to be quite dainty, so it can be a little bit tricky to use small hooks if you are not used to it, but just go slowly and you will get the hang of it pretty quickly. So just do 1 single crochet into every single chain along your foundation chain. So I have just finished working that all the way along for round 1, and I worked into my very last chain. So I worked 1 last single crochet into the last chain, and at the end of this round you should have your multiple of 4 which you chained originally plus 2 more. So as I chained 32 for my foundation chain, I should have 34 single crochets along, so my multiple of 4 plus 2. And if you do, then we are ready to move on to round 2. So we are now on to round 2, and to begin this round you want to chain 1 and turn, and our chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So now for round 2, we're going to do 1 single crochet into every single stitch along. So this round is very simple again. we're going to do 1 single crochet into each stitch along. So we have chained 1 and turned, and our chain 1 does not count as a stitch. And as our chain 1 does not count as a stitch, we're going to work our first single crochet into this first stitch here. So here is the chain 1, here is the first stitch, and we're going to work our single crochet into this stitch here. So insert your hook down into the first stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. So there we have 1 single crochet, and we're going to do 1 single crochet into the next stitch and the next one along, and just do this all the way along for round 2. 1 single crochet into every single stitch. So I'm coming to the end of round 2, and I just wanted to show you that at the end of the round, it's really important that you don't work into this chain 1 at the end. So at the beginning of round 1, when we worked into the second chain from the hook, we skipped 1 chain, and that chain is our turning chain and does not count as a stitch. So do not work into it, just go into the last single crochet here. So this is the first single crochet from round 1, and work your last single crochet. And at the end of this round, you should have the same number of stitches along as you did at the end of round 1. So as I chained 32 originally, I should have my multiple of 4 plus 2 at the end of round 1. So I had 34 stitches, and at the end of round 2, you should have the exact same number. So your multiple of 4, which you chained at the beginning, plus 2 extra stitches. So say you chained 40, you should have 42. And as I chained 32, I should have 34. And we're now ready to move on to round 3. So we are now on to round 3 of our bracelet, and to begin this round you want to chain 1 and turn, and our chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So now in round 3 we are going to be adding the shell stitch around the edge of our bracelet, so the shell edging. So what you want to do is you want to go down into this very first stitch here. So here we have our very first stitch, and you want to go down into this stitch and work 1 single crochet. So work 1 single crochet into the very first stitch. And now for the rest of round 3, what we are going to do is we are going to skip 1 stitch. Then into the next stitch, we are going to do 5 double crochets all into that stitch. Then skip the next stitch and then slip stitch into the next one. And we're going to repeat that set of stitches again and again and again for round 3. So miss 1 stitch, 5 double crochets into the next one, miss the next stitch, slip stitch into the next. Then repeat that again. Miss 1 stitch, 5 double crochets into the next one, miss the next one, slip stitch into the next, miss the next one, 5 double crochets into the next, miss the next one, slip stitch into the next. And we're going to repeat that all the way around for round 3. So skip this first stitch here. Then into the next one we're going to do 5 double crochets, and this will create our shell. So yarn over and go into this stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through the final 2 loops on your hook. So there we have 1 double crochet, and we're going to yarn over and go down into the exact same stitch again, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops and pull through 2 more. So there we have 2 double crochets, and we're going to do that a 3rd time. So there we have 3, there's 4, and then we have 5. So 5 double crochets all into the same stitch. So we have skipped 1 and done 5 double crochets into the next. Then we're going to skip the next stitch here, so skip the next one along, and into the next stitch we're going to work a slip stitch. So to do a slip stitch, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. So there we have our first set, and we're going to keep repeating that for round 3. Skip 1 stitch, then yarn over and into the next stitch, do 5 double crochets all into this stitch. So like that, so there we have our shell or our 5 double crochets. Then skip the next stitch and into the next one work a slip stitch. And then continue to repeat this again and again for round 3. So I have almost finished working that all the way along, and I have done my last set of 5, so 5 double crochets. Then I'm going to skip this next stitch here and into the next one do my last slip stitch. So do my last slip stitch, and then in the very last stitch at the end you want to go into the very end and work a single crochet. So work a final single crochet to finish, and there we have worked all the way along. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make a button loop you simply want to chain. So I'm going to chain probably about 6 or 7. So there I have my chain, and now I'm going to go into the bottom here and work a slip stitch. So make a chain and then a slip stitch, and there you have your button loop. And then you can secure a button on this end here, and then there you have finished your bracelet. So here I have my finished bracelets, and you can see with this one I used a 2.5mm crochet hook and thick yarn. And with this one, with these two here, sorry, I used a 2mm crochet hook and really thin yarn. This is Drops Alpaca Baby Silk, I think, yarn, and I will have that in the description box below. I will say what yarn I use for these two in the description box below the video. And you can see the difference in size by going up and down yarn size and crochet hook size. So that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and found it easy to follow. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more crochet videos, and thanks again for watching. Bye!